It's 3 in the morning. You're awake, not by choice. Your body begs for rest. But your mind doesn't negotiate. There's something that won't stop. A constant murmur. Pending tasks. Conversations you never had. Words you said wrong. The email you forgot to answer. Tomorrow's meeting. The project that isn't moving. And beneath all of that, a question that hurts more than all the others. Why am I so tired if I didn't do anything that truly matters? You work more hours than ever. You answer messages while you eat. You check your phone before you open your eyes. And yet, at the end of the day, you feel like you made no progress, like something is slipping away. Like running on wet sand, each step heavier than the last. It's not that you're weak, it's not that you're lazy, it's something deeper, something this culture never taught you to name. They told you success was a matter of effort, that whoever works more, earns more, that productivity is sacred, that resting is losing. And you believed it. You believed exhaustion was the measure of merit, that dark circles were trophies, that saying I'm busy was the only respectable answer. But now you're here, empty, exhausted, and no one warned you that fire can also consume the one who lights it. But there's something no one told you, something the samurai of feudal Japan understood more than 400 years ago. You're not tired from working too much. You're tired from working for others, not from serving others. That can give you purpose. You're tired because your energy flows toward wrong destinations, toward expectations that don't belong to you, toward goals someone else planted in your mind, toward approvals that will never fill the void. Miyamoto Musashi was the most feared swordsman in Japan. He won more than 60 duels to the death, and none of them killed him. But the most extraordinary thing wasn't his victories. It was what he wrote before he died. Sick, alone, in a cave on Mount Rigando, he wrote 21 principles. He called them the Dokkodo, the path of solitude. It wasn't a combat manual. It was a mat for living without the world devouring you. And the first principle was devastating in its simplicity. Do not go against the way of the world. But don't let the world pull you away from your own path either. Musashi understood something we forgot. The true enemy is not outside. It's inside. It's the noise. The noise you call thought. The voices you believe are yours, but were inherited. The need to prove, to impress, to control what others think of you. That's what exhausts you, not the work, not the hours, not the responsibilities, but the invisible burdens, the ones we carry without realizing. Think for a moment about the last week. How many decisions did you make thinking about what others would think? How many times did you edit your message before sending it to seem more professional? How many times did you say yes when your body was screaming no? Each of those micro-betrayals consumes energy. Energy you don't recover with coffee, or with vacations, or with another self-help book. The Taoist masters called it Wu Wei. It doesn't mean doing nothing. It means doing without forcing. Acting from the center, not from fear. It's the bamboo that bends with the wind but doesn't break. It's the water that finds its way without pushing. It's the archer who releases the arrow without clinging to the target. Musashi delivered his strikes without attachment to the result. That's why he never lost. Not because he was invincible, but because he had eliminated the dead weight of ego. This is where the path splits. You can keep running. More apps, more lists, more productivity techniques, promising for hours of work per week. Or you can stop and ask yourself something that hurts. Who am I really working for my dreams? Or for the applause of someone who doesn't even know me? Musashi practiced what we could call energetic minimalism. It wasn't external frugality. It was internal cleansing. He wrote, "Do not desire anything beyond yourself." He wasn't talking about ambition. He was talking about dispersion. Every desire that isn't yours fragments you. Every goal you adopted to fit in slowly bleeds you dry. And at the end of the day, nothing remains for what truly matters. The warrior doesn't fight against everything. The warrior chooses his battles, and chooses them from a place of silence, not from reactivity, not from urgency, from what the Japanese call mushin, the mind without mind, a state where the noise shuts off, and the essential emerges. You don't need more discipline, you need less mental friction. Mental friction is invisible, but real. It's the extra tab in your browser. It's the conversation you didn't close. It's the commitment you made out of fear of disappointing. It's the automatic comparison every time you open a social network. Each of those frictions steals something you can't see, but you can feel. It feels like emptiness, like an engine spinning but not moving forward. Musashi had no masters. he learned alone. And that solitude wasn't weakness. It was his laboratory. There he discovered that true strength doesn't come from outside. It comes from an internal structure no one can break. A structure made of ritual, of silence, of respect for oneself. Not as punishment, as temple. Eastern discipline is not the military kind they sold you. It's not shouting louder. It's not waking up at 4 in the morning because a millionaire does it. It's something else. It's the Zen gardener who cuts each branch with intention. It's the monk who sweeps the temple without expecting visitors. It's the samurai who cleans his sword even when there's no enemy nearby. Because the act itself is enough. Because the process honors the path. Because true discipline doesn't exhaust you. It orders, Yuka-san. Continuous improvement. It's not doing more, it's doing better. Smaller, slower, more conscious, one step at a time. Not because it's easy, but because what is built slowly is destroyed slowly. And what is destroyed slowly has time to repair itself. Gambaru, to persist. But not from stubbornness, from acceptance. The warrior doesn't deny fatigue. He acknowledges it, he makes space for it, and moves forward. Not because he has more energy than others, but because he spends less on what doesn't matter. Here's where most make the mistake. They seek motivation. They want a video that will push them, a phrase that will ignite them. But motivation is gasoline. It burns out. What Musashi found was something different. Alignment. When what you do and what you are become indistinguishable, you don't need to push yourself. Movement happens. Like the river that needs no reasons to flow, Musashi died in peace. Not like many samurai, not in combat, not with emotional debts. He died after delivering his legacy, after emptying his mind onto paper. His last words were not of regret, they were instructions. A final gift to those who would come after. And in those instructions, an uncomfortable truth. Do not seek pleasure for pleasure's sake. Not because pleasure is bad, but because when you chase it, it chases you. And then you stop choosing, and you start reacting. And that, warrior, is the root of your exhaustion. You're not tired from doing too much. You're tired from not knowing why you're doing it. From moving without a center. From chasing victories that taste like nothing when they arrive. The infinite energy you seek is not a state. It's a cleansing of foreign expectations, of adopted noises, of goals that were never yours. The samurai system doesn't give you more strength. It removes the weight you should never have carried. Now, close your eyes for a moment. If you can, do it. And answer this in silence. Not for me, for you. If tomorrow there was no one who could judge you, applaud you, or criticize you, what would you do with your day? What would you remove? What would you finally dare to start? You don't need my answer. You don't need another video. You need silence, and the courage to stay there long enough to hear what you already know. Musashi walked alone, but he was never lost, because he knew his path. The question is whether you're willing to find yours. Exhaustion disappears when you stop betraying yourself. Not before